Go Dog Crypto. Are you guys feeling pumped today? Because the market is. We got our Christmas miracle right in time for St. Patty's Day. Tell me that ain't lucky. And after a bearish week of teetering on the brink of disaster, crypto said, no, I'm done with this. Screw this. Screw all this banking stuff. I'm going up. This is what I was made for. And here we are. Let's take a moment to celebrate. However, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves because there are some people that are very sad about today's events. And for them, I want to give a moment of silence. Oh, and that's enough right there. Let's get on with it. My name is Lane, and you're watching Crypto Insight, where we take a quick and dirty look at the market, take a look at the top winners and losers for the past week, then we dive into the top 10 coins by coin market cap to help you trade this market. Top gainers for the last 7 days has been Access Protocol, New Cipher, Kava, Quinta, Liquidity, Conflux, Injective, and Bolt. Top losers come in with Infrastructure Network, RIF, Artificial Liquid Intelligence, Onyx Coin, SafeMoon, Core, Agoric, Ren, and Huobi. And to throw a new one in today, top crypto categories the last 7 days have been Canto Ecosystem, the gambling sector, liquid staking tokens, ETH 2.0 staking tokens, wrap tokens, Layer 1s, and Aptos ecosystem, as well as Layer 2. Checking the crypto market weather, we start with the DXY, the dollar, which is falling on the daily chart, and that is exactly what we need for both Wall Street and for crypto, to see the dollar drop back down to these lower levels. When it does that, that means we get a little pump up in crypto. We also take a look at ES1 S&P 500 E-mini futures because this deals with tech stocks. Now, it does look like it's found support here. That would be a good sign. If we can get a bounce up, break out of this falling channel, start going to the upside, that would be great news for both sides of the fence. We've got to take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Now, it fell out of rising channel, started making more of like a descending triangle type pattern. The biggest thing is that we broke out of this channel, but we don't have an official close there. So it could very well come back in here and we could trade down and sideways. Same thing that we're seeing, this big Ichimoku cloud is like a magnet and likes to draw us in and spit us out on the other side. So we're not out of the woods yet. This is yellow trend line we got to see hold here. Now, the thing is that as Bitcoin dominance goes up, our altcoins will suffer, especially on the prices of Bitcoin. And this holds our altcoins back. So to see it break back in here and to come to the downside is actually a very beneficial thing. But at the moment, all eyes are pretty much on Bitcoin. This is MBT1 exclamation point. This is the micro Bitcoin futures. Now, the thing that I want to point out here is that we have a gap over the weekend. They do not like that. Now, the powers that be historically have always closed these gaps. Now, I did fully expect the morning to start out, them dropping the price before it taking back up, or to get rejected here to come back down to get that, to fill that gap. However, that has not happened. And now this kind of sits on the table on the back burner. If we do not break a new high of 25,000 and break above that, we are in danger of coming back to retest these areas at 20,000. Let's keep that in mind because CME futures, the big money, this is one of their big plays to do, is to close the gaps, especially if they're close to them. And right here's where we want to be. Right here's where we want to start out with Bitcoin on the daily chart. Last week I told you it was going to be a bearish, crazy week. That's what we got. We did find support down here at this area on this 200-day moving average. This was also a 618 Fibonacci retracement zone. Very pleased to find that support level hold. Because if it hadn't, if there had been bad news today, we were teetering right there with just a big drop. We had two scenarios that this could go. It chose the bullish one, and actually it even exceeded my expectations. I fully expected price to come back up here to about 22.3 and get rejected there. Instead, we broke back in to a bearish pattern. This is extremely, extremely bullish. Now, there are still a few warning signs. We want to see a candle close in this area, another candle open back inside this range that we lost, and that will make this an official bear trap, which could signal a lot higher prices to come. The biggest hurdle that we're going to have is right here at 25,000. Now, if we come up here and get rejected, maybe we can get rejected once, but that will be scary. If we get rejected twice, I would consider that over. So a very important area. This is our chance, and it very well could happen that price continues up and blasts through this area, flips it as support, and then our move is on. Extremely bullish. That's the scenario that we're truly hoping for here, but we've got to break above this 25,000 area. Got to get a new high above 25,300. Now, some of the warning signs I have is that we're in the middle of this green Ichimoku cloud. It could just as easily draw us back in and we got this little sliver of red, showing me we got a chance to come back into these downsides, and that may have something to do with them filling that CMA gap. This could also be making a much bigger pattern, and we'll look at that in just a second, but that's what I would keep my eye on. We've got to stay above this channel. We do not want to lose this line here about 22,400. So definitely, if you see price drop below this orange trend line, stops in place, lower prices are coming, and get ready to see your altcoins dump. But right now, we're in a good place. So just follow your smaller time frames like the 4 hour. We do have an official 4 hour candle close in here. That's extremely bullish. Hopefully we can keep that. The 4 hour is looking much more promising than the daily as far as the Ichimoku cloud. It suggests that we do want to go up to retest 25,000. And just to take a quick look here on the weekly on this very messy chart that I have, biggest thing I want to point out is this big red Ichimoku cloud that has a tendency to draw us into it like a magnet. It is saying that we have a possibility to reach these prices up right almost at 32,000. And that would make a lot of the elites cry like a baby. Now I'm switching over to the one-day chart on Coinbase just to do a little bit of a different analysis here. See, we were in a rising channel. We called our support there at these levels, the 618 level, the 200-day moving average. We've already went over that. We broke out of this falling wedge type pattern. Very bullish. Now do keep in mind, this has about a 64% chance to come back and retest the breakout area. That will be about 22,400, 22,300. And that would also be the 0.5 area of this whole entire move here. So very possible that that will happen. A lot of this move was money coming into the market from Binance, so things will settle down for a little bit. The main thing that I want to see is us to hold this level, 22.3. Very, very important level to hold. If we do break back into this pattern after a breakout like that, that is not good, and I would look for definite more downside. And we could possibly be coming down to the bottom of the major channel to this orange line about 19.5. So don't drink all the Kool-Aid right now. We've got to watch this and see how things play. There are still a lot of unexpected events that could occur in our economy that could affect price of Bitcoin and crypto. Now, before getting into altcoins, I forgot to go over the total to market cap. Let's go over what was going on here. We were in a rising megaphone pattern, which is a bearish pattern, broke to the downside. Made our measured move here. This target about the 618 Fibonacci. Did not make the whole complete move for this pattern. They usually don't. They usually only reach about 45% of the way to their measured move, so not surprised there. Then it made a downward megaphone pattern, and that's what we're currently breaking out of, breaking back into this other bearish pattern. Very good sign. Still do not have our daily close there. Need to see a close in this area, and then we can look for some more upside and possibly another $20-25 billion coming into the crypto market. But as with Bitcoin, I'll remind you, we are still in this thick Ichimoku cloud. This is technically no man's land. This is neutral territory. We could easily fall back down to the bottom, retest this fib line, and then work our way up through this little sliver of red cloud that's starting to develop over here. Keep that scenario in mind. We're not out of the woods yet, but we've had a hell of a day. Now, Ethereum also broke to the downside of a rising channel, a bearish pattern. We took a measured move from that. It came in at 1319. We did not make it down that low. We did make it down into our bargain area and hit this target that we had about 1396. Congratulations to you guys that picked up some there. I did have some buy orders there that got filled. Really hoping to get some at that cheaper price, but that's how this game is played. Then we got our big surprise, lovely move to the upside. The warning sign that I've got here is that we got rejected at the 618 Fibonacci area. Have not broken back into this pattern as yet. So we are looking at the possibility of getting rejected and coming back down some for Ethereum. The bullish scenario would be to break into here, flip this as support, about 17,000, and then shoot for some more upside. Could happen. All depends on what the market does. Have to keep a close eye on the dollar, keep a close eye on Bitcoin dominance. BNB also broke negative to the downside, caught support at the 618 Fibonacci area, and has taken off again. Same situation though, we're trying to go up through a cloud, which normally spits us out on the downside. So until we actually break free of this $300 area, close a candle above that, we are in risk for coming back down on BNB. What I'm looking for is the possibility of coming all the way up to around 328, 329. But if we do not break above that area and get back into this channel, chances are we will get rejected there and see some more downward action. So this may just be bearish retest for BNB. Keep that in mind. However, take advantage of any pump that you get right now. XRP has been flirting around with our buy zone. It even got down as low as 34.8 cents. Currently, we're out of that buy zone trying to go through the upside. Same situation as other ones. We are in the middle of this cloud. It's a very tricky situation because honestly, it could go either way. Ideally, I would like to see us break above this trend line. We've done it a couple of times before, but it's been fake outs with wicks. We got to have a candle close above 38 cents. Have a candle open somewhere there. Lift this 100 EMA into support before we can see some upward action, which would bring us maybe the 39 to 40 cents. But we do have a good chance of getting rejected through here, coming back, and then having to work up through this red cloud. That's kind of how this works. All right, so apparently every altcoin is struggling with this green Ichimoku cloud. So it's not a bad idea to take profits when you can, especially in ADA. Look at this. It's got a long way to go just to come up here to get a retest. If Cardano gets up to around 38.7 cents, not a bad idea to take profits. We did break out of a falling channel. We actually hit our measure move, came down to even below it. Look at these wicks. Now that's buy pressure pushing the price up, but we did come down as low as 29.8 cents. Ouch. I know that hurt. But it's a great place to pick it up, but this is a very slow mover. But I'm telling you, it looks like we're going to find some rejection starting here for about 36 cents. May get lucky to get up to 38, but it looks like this cloud will spit you back down, and we may come back down and retest the lower areas currently where we are now, probably about 33 cents, before we get an up through an official red cloud, push us to the upside. Now we're taking a look at MATIC. Now I haven't been going into indicators as much because they all look really good on the daily right now. We are definitely in pump city. Now the question is, how long will this pump last? Same thing with MATIC. We're trying to fight our way back through this green cloud. That's going to be extremely hard. Now we got a good pump. I recommend taking profits as you can because it just looks as though we're getting ready to set up for a little rally and then maybe sideways or maybe down. Do you want to see us hold this area of $1.10? We need to flip that into support to be back to the top part of this channel. We did find support at the 200 EMA, so we may have a chance to come up to $1.35, maybe to retest this area of $1.44. It appears that it could be a struggle as we are getting rejected at this 21 daily EMA at $1.19, which is crossed barely over this 50. So at the moment, I'm just seeing this as being our kind of topish area. It may come back down, retest this Fibonacci area somewhere around $1.07, $1.05 before we make our way back up through this red cloud. Or tons of money could come in and just blast us off. Who knows? But that's what I see. As expected, Dogecoin did come down after breaking this parabolic structure and breaking our line in the sand there. Came down to our measure move from a rising channel at 6.4 cents, actually dipped down to about 6.2 cents. Now we're in an uptrend, breaking above this dotted line here. It's a good sign. We need to hold that area as support. Now, one thing that's different here on Dogecoin is that we're not in the middle of a green cloud. We're actually in a very good spot where this one could actually keep moving up. Now, we'll find a little resistance here in this area on the 200-day EMA at 7.8 cents. But with this red cloud, Dogecoin has a good chance to be shot through the other side. Start looking at some more upward target areas, say probably around 9.1 cents, possibly as up as high as 9.7 cents. Things are looking good to me for Doge. So Solana broke trend right here, came down, almost hit our lower target area. We were hoping for about 14.82 cents, did not make it down that low, made it down as low as 16 cents. Did hit this target area that we had around 17.24. Like everything else, we got a good bounce up to the top. However, we're finding a rejection here at the 21-day average, right at about $21.39. A lot of averages stacked up here that it will have to test, and with this green cloud, it is going to take a lot for Solana to break through this area of about $21, $22. I'm seeing a good chance that we will get rejected here, come back down to these areas about 1776. However, if we do flip that into support, that would be extremely bullish. If we can get above this 200 daily moving average of $23, it should be ready to rip up to these higher prices, $25, $26. But the signs are telling me we'll get a little bump and probably get rejected. Well, Polkadot indicators are starting to look very nice. We broke out of this rising megaphone pattern, came down, actually hit our measured move for that. We actually took a shorter measured move, came down as low as 516. This was our buy zone right here from 523 on up to 571. Excellent times to pick up DOT. Currently, we're trying to retest this 208 moving average about 605. Now, what we need to do is actually break above that, flip that as support. If we can do that, we could see some more upside, possibly come up here, get some hiccups around $6.45. Got to retest this 618 fib. Very highly likely we will get rejected there. Sorry to say that. Now, if we get an Easter miracle and break back into this pattern, and we can flip $6.75 into support, things will look very bullish, but more than likely, we're going to get rejected about $6.59, come back down, retest some of these areas, make a new higher low, and then work our way back up through this red cloud. Lastly, taking a look at Litecoin, came down to our buy areas. Got down as low as 65.16 on KuCoin. Buy area was from $66 on up to about $71. Hit our measured move. Great trade there. We fell below the cloud. We are still below the cloud. We found support the 200 daily moving average. Broke through our other potential buy area at $76 to $78. Kind of retesting that. It's going to be a little iffy. We got to get above this 9-day moving average. Then we'll come up and retest this 21-day moving average. Again, breaking through this red cloud will not be an easy task. It will be hard to get back into this parabolic move. I would not count on that. I would count on some sideways actions out of Litecoin and probably a lot of these coins as the market figures out what's going on. I would be concerned a little bit. I want to watch this. I need to see this cloud thicken up to give us a chance to act as a magnet to draw us through it, and that looks like that's going to take a little time. However, I could be wrong and money could just flow into this market and drive Litecoin to $500. Who knows? We have to keep an eye on the basics, on Bitcoin dominance, on the dollar, and on Bitcoin itself to really appreciate what's going on in this market. But currently Litecoin is headed up in a much better spot right now, but do expect some rejection here at $83 and also $88. But we could possibly come up and retest this 50-day moving average at 92, an excellent place to take profit in my book. Guys, if you appreciate the value that this particular show brings, leave a comment, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out our Telegram group where a lot of cool kids are hanging out, learning to trade the charts. And until next time, my name is Lane, and you've been watching Crypto Insight.
Well, it's all right now because anything you do. Oh, baby, that's all right. Oh, baby, that's all right. For those of you who hit that like button down below, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.